Hello, and welcome to the latest edition of the Dairy Market Update. This month, I'll be taking a look at some of the key takeaways from our September Milk Forecasting Forum and the latest GB milk production forecast which they fed into. The Milk Forecasting Forum is a twice-yearly event where we discuss the key factors affecting upcoming milk production with the industry. There were two main focuses at the forum last month: the impact of the pandemic on herd size and feed supplies going into the winter. I'll start by looking at herd size. Back in the spring, when the coronavirus lockdown caused much of the food service industry to close, a number of farmers were encouraged to curb their milk production to help prevent an oversupply. This proved effective, as we estimate that without farmers taking action, milk production could have been 75 million litres higher in the April to July period. May in particular could have seen 36 million litres more milk produced without the curbing. Analysis of Promar Milkminder data showed us that farmers took several measures to reduce their milk production. This graph shows the percentage change in the average number of cows in a herd between March and May, and the same for the proportion of cows in milk. For yields, it shows the year-on-year growth as of May. Here we can see that the shift in herd size between March and May 2020 was much larger than the average shift for the previous 3 years, and this was a strong driver in the reduction in milk production in the spring. Drying cows off early, resulting in a reduction in the share of cows in milk, and limiting the year-on-year growth in yields also contributed. But what does this mean for herd size going forwards? Well, the Milk Forecasting Forum concluded that the extra culling came from farmers bringing forward animals that would have otherwise been culled later in the year. As a result, from where we are now, we can expect a higher proportion of dairy cows to be retained this autumn, since many of those that would have been culled between the spring and the autumn were brought forward and culled in the spring. The Milk Forecasting Forum also discussed the feed situation going into the winter. Challenging weather conditions in the first half of the year had an impact on fodder supplies. An AHDB survey of fodder stocks showed that over half of respondents had less fodder in stock than normal as of early August, with the majority of these based in the southwest, southeast and West Midlands of England. However, a month later at the forum, members said that the situation had since improved, with feed barley in particular showing good growth in August. Although some individuals may still be struggling, overall it appears that there are now fewer concerns about winter feed supplies than there were in early August. So what does this all mean for milk production? Well, with less concern about feed supplies and fewer culls expected, we expect this to mean a little more milk than we forecast in the June update. As a result, the forecast for September to March production has gone up slightly. Both this and stronger than predicted production in the summer mean our forecast for the 2020-21 season is now 12.48 billion litres, about 40 million litres more than we forecasted back in June. However, this is still down 0.4% on the 2019-20 season. Our latest production forecast also goes through to September 2021. If you'd like to know what we think the spring could hold, take a look at the links in the description of this video. Thank you for tuning in to the AHDB Dairy Market Update. For the latest news on the UK dairy markets, including production, herd data, prices and more, please visit our website.